see most of my paintings as landscapes or vistas, changing views, motion caught. Helen Frankenthaler was an American abstract expressionist artist. She worked with both paints and woodcuts to create amazing abstract artwork, using the landscape as her inspiration. During her career, Frankenthaler created a new way of painting by laying raw canvas on the floor and pouring thinned-out oil paints straight onto it. She first used this technique when creating Mountains and Sea in 1952, which became a very influential work. For this painting, she drew inspiration from the work of Jackson Pollock. The following is a recording of Frankenthaler talking about her technique on the Charlie Rose Show in 1993.
Put canvas on the floor and stand there and say, I'm going to create something different.
Well, I was heading towards it, but I think once I literally saw Jackson, and I used to go out and visit in Springs, working on the floor and saw his methods and materials, I thought I'd like to try that too. I brought another message to it.
I know you did, and that's what I'm getting to. Yeah. I'm building to that.
But the approach took painting literally off the easel, so that instead of dealing head-on with four sides and four corners, you felt the boundaries of the canvas, the scale of it, were endless. That thrust of shoulder as compared to wrist alone, and zeroing in and telescoping was nothing compared to this sweep of handling the method and material in a different way. He still wanted the same result, which was a beautiful picture that worked, whether it was on the wall or any place. And in the end, paintings are seen on walls, not on floors, unless you're Tiepolo and doing a ceiling.
This amazing new technique was dubbed the soak stain technique, due to the poured pigment soaking into the weave of the canvas. This created an interesting effect that made the canvas a part of the painting itself, and felt as though the painting continued past the confines of the four edges. When Mountains and Sea went on show, it caught the eye of many artists, due to this interesting new technique. Laying the canvas on the ground was already seen with Jackson Pollock's work, but what was new about Frankenthaler's was the pouring and staining of the canvas. Two artists in particular, Morris Louis and Kenneth Noland, gained a lot of inspiration from Frankenthaler's Mountain and Sea. Together with Frankenthaler, they worked to re-energise the colour field movement. The colour field movement was within the abstract expressionism community at the time and had a focus on using colour to express the subject matter, creating large fields of colour on the canvas. Hence, it was dubbed the colour field movement. After Mountains and Sea, Frankenthaler went on to experiment with acrylic paints in the same method, creating Cannon in 1965. Later, she worked with woodcuts, creating a range of prints using a newly discovered technique. This technique involved Frankenthaler carving separate pieces and fitting them together in a jigsaw method to make the print.